those shot fake up and under. Stay on the floor, and that was a good job on defense. Moody's, like we talked about, hammering that offensive glass.
Moody with an aggressive rebound underneath after Moody had 3 chances. Behind the back, driving the bucket, gets up in there and misses it. You have a foul, it looks like. Somebody going coast to coast.
Somewhat of a bailout. But after the shot, way down right here, there is a little bit of contact. Yes, Bowie was a little out of control. But when she was about to let the shot go, there was a little bit of contact. I have to agree with a shot by Old Belgrade.
And she misses the first the Cisco free throw. She has a second one here. Makes the second. The third point of the game.
All right, let's see what Gunnersville's in. Chris, are they in this diamond? It looks like that they are. Yeah, and they're just going to double her at the top. I love this. I love this by Coach Robinson.
Makes somebody else score, right?
Absolutely.
And they haven't been able to do it yet, but they've been very aggressive in the offensive end-of-board rebound and scrapping for the ball. And we got a tie-up, a scrum, as they call it on the floor. Possession error goes to Gunnersville.
Okay. Since the timeout by Coach Robinson.
When it was 14-2.
This game has completely changed. You've seen Moody score a couple of buckets, but keep an eye on this issue. When you go to these diamond-type looks, rebounding is always the question. And so can Gunnersville keep Moody off the glass? Moody's gotten a couple of put-back chances, but hasn't converted. So it's just a chess match going on between these two coaches right now.
Gunnersville trying to get inside.
Great.
There's a good look. Hammond in the corner. Wasn't able to catch it because she would have definitely wanted to shoot before she had control of the basketball.
Yeah, anytime as a big, you catch it at the elbow, always look opposite. Cook looks opposite, it's not there. And she can make that shot. That's not a bad shot. Just trying to settle in this championship game.
That was a heads-up play right there. And I say play by Coach Davis, but she was afraid of a 10-second backcourt call there. She decided to take the 30-second timeout to make sure she maintained the possession.
She did, and this has been a great start. Just so much to talk about in the way the defenses are changing, how the rim's getting attacked. And I want to shout out Hotman for Moody earlier in the first quarter, to where her defense on the top of this perimeter against Bowie most of the time but she's caused a couple of turnovers. Also, Retta has been in there with her hands, Davis. So these role players for Moody haven't scored a ton, but they're definitely putting their emphasis in on defense, as you see Hotman drawing the Bowie.
Another thing that's been impressive in this game is the chess match, watching both head coaches.
Yeah.
Utilize the Allegasco, utilizing the timeouts, Alabama Natural Gas timeouts. Very impressive. They come out of it, three-point bucket. The Alabama DHR three-pointers.
And the reason that's big is because you're going to let her shoot it at Scout. Look at this pass.
Bucket goes in for Shalonda Wellington. They put her back in the game with 2 fouls from her early point and a chance for a three-point play.
Watch the face up. This girl is 6'4". You see the three. Huge for Moody because she's got to make that. They're going to give her that shot all day long. But look at the face up. The face up by Cook and the length over the defense to be able to see her partner. Nice find for Wellington. Bristol Cook underrated as a passer.
Knocks down the Cisco free throw to complete the three-point play. Rutledge off and running again. To the backboard, lays it up, lays it in.
Yeah, excellent floater. Saw the shot blocker coming, avoided going in, even for a charge either way, and that's got to be a foul there. And I'm telling you, I think we're about to be really good winners. The rest of the first.
Look at her burst of speed. She gets there, she gets the lane, and she puts the glass so well.
I mean, she already has a couple of offers. I know in flag football. I don't know what that upside is, but 0 is extremely, extremely impressive. But I also think that you know, she's gotten downhill way too many times, hasn't she? And I think the ability in that half court, I like the diamond, but here's where she's dynamic. I mean, this is on a free throw miss, and let's see if she tries to get downhill and attack here. Look at this. I mean, she's got a mentality. She's going to make something happen, partner.
Three-point bucket knocked down by Kenny Huckman, her first bucket of the game. Now on the DHR three-pointer. So now you're becoming more deadly offensively because now you got a couple other teammates knock down a couple threes outside of all the scoring Rutledge has done.
Huge point. This is hot. Locked in. Her facial expression. How she's playing defense. I mean, she loves. But that's a big foul right there, partner, because now for the rest of the half, Gunnersville will shoot free throws. Might expect them, if they're going to make a run, that's just a tough pass from way too far out. You're throwing that ball to Cook, maybe. I wouldn't start those overrated chants just yet.
Moody's lead has now swelled back to double digits at 10. Pace has calmed down a little. Couple of three-pointers on the last trip, 2 trips for Moody.
To me, this is going to be the most important 4 minutes of the game, Chris. Going into the half, how is this half closed by Gunnersville? Because if not, it's going to be climbing uphill the whole second half.
Hammond with the steal and the breakaway, gets to the basket, up, scoops, under, misses, rebound, cleared out by Rutledge. The two Devils all running.
Yeah, it's
going to be a foul. And Bristol Cook, that'll be her second. We have a couple free throws. When we return on the other side of this break, 10-point lead from Moody in the 5A Girls State Championship.
Generation home builder, but I'm the first female in my family to be a part of this industry. So I see a lot of parents that turn their nose up about these jobs, but what a lot of those parents don't realize is that the guys that are out working on our job site are making a lot more money and a lot of times have a lot more freedom and flexibility. So a lot of our subcontractors are actually at that retirement age. We don't have anybody else behind them to come and do these jobs that these guys are doing for us. That's a really big need for our industry right now. There's a future to be built in home building. Go build your future.
Around the corner from here, late at night, on one of the rainiest days of the year, is a small business owner making a call to Valero's 24/7 U.S.-based customer service. We're here to make sure she has the fuel she needs to stay open. Because keeping pumps full means keeping business pumping and communities moving right now.
Back inside Legacy Arena, and what these teams are playing for, that beautiful blue map. Bart, one of these schools will be taking it back with them in about an hour or so.
I just want one so bad.
We know where we make a deal now. One of them on the desk, maybe we can take it back with you for a couple months. Bring it back. Take it on maybe a state tour.
You know what?
You know, Vinny actually has his box, so I think you got to have like a retina scan to be able to get into it to take it out. So maybe he'll.
Well, you definitely have to have a retina scan to get in WOTM when you get over there.
Back in the action, Chris Blackshear, Barton Heights here courtside as we're back in the action. Moody, a couple free throws. Leo Rada, she knocks down the first one. Before the break, the second foul on Bristol Cook, which was huge.
Oh man. Yeah, it's dangerous. I know it. I just said earlier, important for me, without Bristol Cook in the game, Gunnersville is vulnerable around the rim. And with this 12-point lead in the aggression, if Gunnersville can't find ways to score, look at all the attention. I mean, they got to make these open shots.
There's one knockdown. First bucket of the game by Vanell with a bucket out on a DHR three-pointer.
Partner, I'm going to tell you this. I'm good going in down 9 if you don't have to play her the rest of the game. I know that sounds good, but watch this. It's a completely different game when she goes in here now. Ain't nobody going to be able to stop her.
Completely opens up the lane. Another bucket by Serenity Rutledge. She now has 18, and she has a steal. Can she get to 20 when the breakaway is out running? Everybody lays it up. Gonna have a foul underneath. She'll go shoot a couple Cisco free throws. Uh-oh, did she get up kind of genuine? I think
she might have tweaked a little bit. She's trying to walk it.
Again, it's the speed in these steps.
In the ground, she covers with power. I mean, she is a purpose dribbler. I mean, she is driven by getting buckets.
Here's a question. So she has 18 points already. 2 from the line. Of the 16 points from the field, Bart, how many shots has she made not putting them in off the glass?
Using that glass, especially on the end, big depth perception. I think that's an excellent point all the kids out there can listen to, because we've seen so many misses, free throws from the top of the key, you know, but she's driving in. And I'll tell you what she's doing. She's taking it to me and everybody else that didn't talk about her as much as we talked about the talent on the Gunnersville team. She's the 10th grader. She's the oldest one. She's the one that's making her stock go up as we speak.
Shot partially blocked by Rada. That's the second block she had, but Bowie underneath. Good offensive rebound, and she puts it back in.
Yeah, and she's got to play big down on the interior here. I'm not sure if I'm Gunnersville. I don't go zone. Some kind of, you tried the diamond, but that's going to give up open shots. And the man-to-man, this is going to be a tough cover for Addison Hammond on top. Or for anyone for that matter.
Rutledge with the basketball. There she goes. Pulls back, kicks it back out. Right up three-pointer. Knocks it down. Alabama DHR. Whatever that hand signal was, it's working right now.
Yeah, and she knows if they don't think she can beat them, and right now she's doing it.
Right on offensive rebound underneath and put back in. Wow, Shawn Wellington back in with 2 fouls.
So impressed with Retta and just her game awareness and understanding, like, if you watch her after every play, she's the emotional one going with her teammates. Here, that's just a draw by Rutledge after all the attention, no one there, and Gunnersville is having a hard time stopping Rutledge in any way, basically. I mean, she's the best player on the floor. I mean, that's the bottom line of this first half.
So far in this first half, by far. First shot up, Cisco free throw missed. Miss. Ball retained by Moody.
Yeah, and you saw right there is a jump ball, but even as elite as Rutledge is playing, right there she trusted her teammate. They might have an ankle roll, but White had the ball, and Rutledge told her teammate, take her, go ahead, your turn, your world.
I mean, I've got 20.
Did you ever make enough buckets to where when you threw it to a teammate, you could just tell them, your world, in the black top? That's not lingo you speak.
No, I never made enough buckets. There's a shot. Sophie White, she recovered real quickly from the little tweak of the ankle. Tweak the nylon for 2 points on it. Quick three-point shot, right back, knocked down. Second one of the game.
A big one. If Gunnersville were to somehow hang around and when Cook gets back in the game, you know, I might if there's stoppage go offense defense here for her.
Turnover, Bowie off run. They got numbers. She looks up. There's going to be a charge on Bowie right at midcourt.
That is an unbelievable take by Rutledge. I mean, this is, you talk about elite, folks. And these threes have been very timely for Gunnersville. They've made 4 of them, and they've really all been needed at times when that lead was about to get away. But I mean, that was a locomotive meeting between 2 superstars at half court, the epitome of this tournament.
And the foul goes on Bowie, her first one of the game. Coach Davis with the Lady Blue Devils wanted a timeout there to give her superstar a chance to gather herself after the contact. And make her, look at this.
Watch this, bro. That is football in the BJCC.
That was some hard contact.
That's what I'm seeing in this game. Is that's how Moody played. They want that. I mean, and here's the thing. Bowie wants it too. That's how she's used to playing. When she goes and plays on these high elite level circuits in the summer, you see Coach Robinson trying to figure out how to maneuver things without his post presence. Rutledge, when Bowie goes into all these high-level circuit games in the summertime, and she's used to people coming at her and being as physical. But it looks like to me that Rutledge has taken it personally to be the more physical player on the floor and kind of send a message. And plays like that, that's just a cerebral basketball play. But I think Bowie's handled herself okay. It's probably got sped up a little bit, but they're only down 11. Just maintain. And if you could get it under 10, if you're Gunnersville, it's great. But you just can't say enough about how good Moody's been in all facets. And you see the offensive rebounds. That is 4 of them now for Moody.
Rutledge just had her first miss of the game because it was outside of 2 foot from the goal. Addison Hammond was going to get Rennie Rutledge with the foul. That's a good call there. They let them have a lot of contact before they made the call. So that's the right one. There's Boo with the block back in the replay of Rada.
Huge. And I know all free throws count the same. But these 2 free throws for Addison Hammond.
I think we're looking now saying that Kennedy Bowie has blood somewhere on her leg.
And it's probably from that collision earlier. I mean, we're drawing blood out here, folks.
Addison Hammond at the free throw line.
Excellent free throw.
Cisco free throw 1 and 1. We'll get now.
We'll take that.
Right shin taped up. Should be good to go. Back in.
Man, this is a hell story. Big time talent on the score, folks. In this 5-8-5.
The 9th grader on the line knocks down the first.
Met her when she was in the 5th grade.
So like 2 years ago.
Up at Supreme Court. She's actually got a little sister. The little Gunnersville group was down the other night. Shout out to the Hyde girls, and Campbell girls. And
big rebound by Bowie and put back up again on the miss.
Addison Hammond's sister. And that's a huge basket. Worked out even better. This lead is only 8, and it feels like it's been 25 the whole first half. You got to be happy if you're Gunnersville. And a 5-second call by Hammond. That's huge.
That's Rutledge not worrying more. She was worrying more about the time clock for one final shot than she was the 5 seconds. An opportunity here to cut more into this lead with one final shot before half.
I am holding this for the final shot and not going till about 7 or 8. I'm not going to give Moody a chance to go in more than up 8. This thing could have gotten out of hand 3 or 4 times. Great job by Coach Robinson. Got the double ball coming for Bowie. She can go either way.
Bowie trying to get to the basket. Stop that jump stop. Up in. Puts it in. Huge basket for Gunnersville. Shot thrown up in half. That does it. Well, the stars are definitely shining early inside Legacy Arena in this first half of the 5A Girls State Championship. Serenity Rutledge with 20 leading the way for Moody, and they lead by 6 over Gunnersville. 1 half in the books. Back with Kevin Skarbinski with our halftime festivities after this break.
What? Never seen a dog get a bath before? Look, I got needs, and one of them is plenty of soothing warm water. That's why Ma made sure our home has a natural gas water heater. Ah, she's the best. See, natural gas heats water fast and efficiently, so we never run out mid-spa session. Because when I'm out at the park, strutting around and meeting other pooches, I gotta show them who's boss. Visit my website and learn why natural gas is a home's best friend.
Hey, it's time to get the kids signed up for sports.
I'm not really sure I want the kids playing sports this year.
Why is that? They love it, it's great exercise, and they learn about teamwork.
Well, sure, but what if they get hurt?
Youth sports are safer than ever, thanks to the Coach Safely Act. All coaches are required to take a course that emphasizes best and safest practices.
I'd like to see that course.
Go to CoachSafely.org. It's available for coaches and parents alike.
CoachSafely.org? I've got to check that out.
CoachSafely.org, so they will play.
When life drops the unexpected, Alpha is here, turning what now into what's next. Resolving your claims quickly, because clarity beats chaos, and knowing now is better than wondering when. We handle the hassle because your peace of mind matters, and so does the journey ahead. That's life with Alpha.
Mark?
I want smaller classes.
I want to feel connected.
I want to meet interesting people.
Teachers that know my name.
Something close to home.
I want to get ready for my 4-year degree.
I want to feed my family and the world.
I want to be able to provide a better life for my children.
No matter what you want from your education, Jefferson State offers a purpose-built approach designed to change your life. Jefferson State, a state of change.
Join us in celebrating 2 decades of music and magic from Celtic Woman. The music you love in an all-new concert special. Filled with joy and emotion and including some very special guests. It's Celtic Woman, 20th Anniversary Concert. Monday night at 7 on APT.
That's the way to jumpstart your day. The first half of the 5A Girls Championship game. I've got chills already. Moody with the 37-31 lead over Gunnersville in what would have to be considered an upset if the Blue Devils can bring it home. Let's look at the first half highlights of how Moody jumped out strong. There's Sophie White going to the rack. And there's that girl, Serenity Rutledge. Must be nice as a head coach to just be able to say Serenity now. Serenity finished the first half with 20 points. There she is with the steal, taking it coast to coast and finishing through traffic. Again, 20 points at the half for Serenity. But you knew Gunnersville as a championship program was not going to go away. There's Addison Reese-Hammond with the 3. How about Aaliyah Retta for Moody? She had a couple of threes in that first half. She had 10 in the first 16 minutes, but Serenity Rutledge was the star. Right there, finishing at the goal. Kennedy Bowie, the star for Gunnersville. She finished with 7. She did score a bucket right at the end of the half to cut this lead a little bit closer. Should be a great second half. And now we've got a couple of special guests who work with and for the Alabama Community College system. On my left, this is Lindsey Klein. You got a long title. Gulf Coast Regional Lead for the U.S. Navy Maritime Industrial Base.
You got it.
And to her left, Jennifer Hall. She's the Regional Workforce Director for the Alabama Community College system. First of all, ladies, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
And you have a special basketball connection with one of the most famous women's basketball coaches in the country from LSU, Kim Mulkey, national champion. Tell us about that.
I mean, I wish it was just a first-hand relationship, but I just let her borrow my hairstylist this weekend, who was with her in Greenville doing her hair and makeup, and I'm sitting back jealously watching this.
So you don't have any inside tips? Are the Tigers going to make a run at another national title?
They're definitely going to have great hair.
No doubt about that. All right, now tell us, now you guys are a team of a sort yourselves. You work together. Jennifer, tell us about that, how you and Lindsey work together.
So Lindsey and I work together to really meet the workforce needs of the maritime industry in Alabama, shipbuilding industry in Alabama, but, you know, also we have to keep in mind the Gulf Coast as a whole. When we look at the regions of the country, Gulf Coast, we're a team, and so we really work together with all of our neighboring states. But Lindsey and I work together. You know, a lot of people think that we're like lifelong friends or related because we really just mesh, but I guess we met a couple years ago and have been inseparable, really just charging ahead, trying to make as much impact as we can.
I thought you were sisters when you first came up a few minutes ago. Now, it says here in my notes that you have an upcoming announcement about an incredible investment. Lindsay, you want to tell us about that?
We are so excited. This has been 2 years in the making. We have worked so closely with Jennifer and with her team and with Chancellor Baker, who has been a phenomenal resource for us. But the Navy has recently contracted a $30 million investment to build out $30 million.
Okay. And what is that going to accomplish?
It's going to accomplish maritime training programs at 4 community colleges in the state of Alabama: Coastal Alabama Community College, Bishop State, LBW, and Reed State. We'll be building out pipe fitting, pipe welding, ship fitting, and structural welding courses for Alabamians to take advantage of, so they can come and become part of the mission to build submarines and ships on behalf of our national security for the United States Navy.
Well, the workforce development and training that you do is incredible, Allison.
Thank you. We're really excited to meet this growing need. You know, Alabama has been a maritime state for many, many years, but we're really seeing just a growth, and we're really thankful to play a big part in meeting that need.
All right. I already had a turnover. This is Jennifer, not Allison. Jennifer Hall, Lindsay Klein.
I'm just going to go with it.
Thank you so much for being with us and for everything you do for the folks in Alabama.
Thanks.
All right. We've got to run to a break. We've got a great second half coming up. Who's going to take home this blue map? Will it be Moody? Will it be Gunnersville? Find out next.
Alabama is perhaps the most biodiverse state in the country, with more native animal and plant species than anywhere else in the continental United States. Many of those species, in fact, are found only in Alabama.
It's easy to donate your old or unused vehicle to Alabama Public Television, whether it works or not. And we can turn it into new episodes of your favorite programs. Visit aptv.org/support to learn more.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
After the Dashwood family loses their home,
have they no heart at all?
Their prospects look grim.
We need to think very differently now.
But life changes quickly.
He was very handsome.
The Jane Austen classic.
I flatter myself I do have a little sense.
I sometimes wonder what it can be like to be you.
About how best to live and love.
Don't hope for something that may never happen.
Sense and Sensibility.
Sunday night at 7 on APT.
I'm Larry Durham, and I am an instructor at the North Alabama Home Building Academy. I always share this with students considering a career in the home building industry. 1 is something you get joy out of. 2 is something you can become very good at. 3, it's something in a very high demand. And 4, something that's going to reward you well for your efforts. A career in the home building industry checks all the right boxes. There's a future to be built in the home building industry, so go build your future.
To stay in your right lane, you need to stay in your right mind. Bro, you need to steer clear of the weed. Literally. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it. You know, there are a lot of suggestions on how to drive, but that speed limit isn't one of them. I think that's for you. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it.
One half in the books of the 5A Girls State Championship game. Moody up by 6 over Gunnersville. Chris Blackshear alongside Bart Heights here courtside. And Bart, let's go back and look at your Heights hints and grade you on after the first 16 minutes, how they look.
I think they look okay. I think the Moody game plan was to make the supporting cast of Bowie and Cook beat them. And, you know, on the glass, if you look at the total rebounds, it's 16-9. And, you know, there's 18 turnovers between them. I think that rings true. Gunnersville, they haven't stayed out of foul trouble, and they haven't played older. This second half, I think this thing could tighten up. Moody's switching defenses. How does Gunnersville handle the basketball. That is what I'm concerned to see, because these loose turnovers, a lot were just unforced.
Speaking of foul trouble, Bristol Cook back in the game now with 2 fouls. She only had 1 bucket in the first half. She gets the scoring started here. That would be huge for Gunnersville.
She's huge. And that was a nice move.
She's 6'4". She's a freshman.
She ain't done growing. She may be 6'7". Look at that block.
That's a nice block on Rutledge, trying to get in the lane, and that's going to be Gunnersville ball off the ankle of Moody. 4-point game, a chance to cut into it more here early for Coach Robertson and his Wildcat squad.
Yeah, and one big thing that stands out to me is the fast break points. 16-9 by Moody. That's a big difference in this game. And when Bristol Cook is not
Alabama DHR 3-pointer, her 3rd one of the game.
She has a look about her that is sneaky assassin-like. And I've watched her as she's grown up take games over scoring when she has to. And I think she may be, look at this defense. That's the 2nd turnover that Hammond's forced. But that time, Porch came with a double. Coach Robinson getting in his bag a little bit, bringing a double on the backside. And Rutledge making her give it up, calls the turnover.
Gunnersville with the basketball. Chance to take the lead for the first time in this game. Nice spin move, and it creeps his way in for Bristol Cook. And the Wildcats are Gunnersville's leads in this basketball game for the first time.
You're seeing the talent coming out the second half. It's settled down, and look what's happened. Zone look.
7-0 run to start the second half for Gunnersville. 2 turnovers. Moody, another block, partially underneath, offensive rebound. No call underneath there. It'll be a time. Now we're going to have a foul.
There could have been a foul possible on both teams there, but Sean Greenhill letting them play. And right here, I mean, this is a 6'4" freshman, 2 dribbles, face up, 2 dribbles with your off hand, get to your spot, spin cycle, layup on the other side of the rim. That's the talent I've been speaking of.
Serenity Rutledge picked up her 2nd foul of the game. Nice spin move, shot up. Addison Hammond now has 11.
These offensive moves are supreme, Gunnersville, if you know what I mean.
Coach Rebecca Davis from Moody says, I need a timeout because the Wildcats of Gunnersville are on the prowl right now. They're on a 9-0 run to start the second half.
They have come out clawing, and just look at Addie Hammond, absolutely not. Just get to your spot, 3 ball fakes, and there's that look.
You see her there on defense, and when she takes the shots, they have her listed at 5'8". She's much longer than that. If you think this game's been exciting so far, here's the schedule. We've got 5 more for you. 5A boys, Winona and Sylacauga's after this one. What stands out for the remaining games, Bart, to you on the screen?
All of them. You know, I sometimes don't like picking these games because I really think both teams can win. And Kevin does a great job of putting me on the spot where I have to pick one, but all of them, man. I want to see them all. But still, man, to me, that Oxford-Coleman. And for me personally, I'm actually glad I'm not doing that game because I've got friends on both sides. And this needs to be on Bowie for Gunnersville, and it is.
It's on Bowie. That'll be her 2nd. We'll shoot a couple. What did you say? All of them? Which one? What do you like? Kind of when I'm thinking out ice cream at Baskin Robbins. What would you like? All of them. Cisco free throw. Now, Gianna Davis misses the first one.
Let me get the menu. I'll take the menu. The whole menu. I want it all. Everything. I'll take one of each.
And get a sample.
Add, entree, and dessert.
Gianna Davis with her first bucket of the game. She makes the 2nd of 2 free throws. Cisco free throws.
Look at that by Hammond. That's her handle. Did you see her dribble out of that?
Misses that one. Had it basically knocked out of her hand before it went up with a shot. And Moody now Good timeout utilized by Coach Davis. Seems to have settled her team down a little bit. Drive to the basket. That's another block.
And see, all right, real quick, one other thing. How many blocks in this game? That's the third block or so for Cook. But here's one point of emphasis. These block shots sometimes turn into fast break opportunities. Excellent. This will be numbers.
Addison Hammond drives to the basket. Look at that side step. Goes up left-handed. Missed it.
Look at the hustle. Look at the hustle.
Bodies everywhere. Behind the back, Serenity Rutledge drives to the basket. Gets to the rim.
Nice
pass. Of it in. Bucket. Sophie White.
Draw. The shot blocker. Drop the dime. Hammond
missed that one. Rushed it a little bit. Knocked out of bounds by Moody. Ball to stay with Gunnersville. Now it's a chance to settle down. Look at this dish.
Yeah, this is a lead.
Drew all three defenders in white in and just dumped it to the team.
And see, I think, she plays so hard downhill, but she's patient when she gets around the basket. Oh, good hands.
Crystal Cook with the basketball. Goes up. She want to get him more travel. Be a turnover. Where this game started, at one point it was 14-2. Moody. We're all leaving halfway through the third quarter.
I mean, this is just going to be a punch and punch back thing. It's been a game of many runs. Very impressed with Gunnersville and how they stayed in it long enough to get it to this point. Now you can go win it. Both teams have really played well when they've had to, in my opinion.
Shot up, missed underneath, offensive rebound by Rutledge. She puts it up and puts it back in. That's just a scrappy rebound. She had missed her last three shots, so she converted that one on the offensive boards. Now numbers for Gunnersville. Bowie goes up, put it in right-handed, goes in, and a chance for a three-point play.
She is not going to be denied on this play. And this is exactly why Coach Davis got away from the pressure. Bowie, dynamic in the open court.
Bowie will be shooting free throws when we come back here to Legacy Arena.
Willie Nelson is one of country music's greatest legends. For his 90th birthday, I'm crazy. A star-studded lineup performed his greatest songs. A stunning, once-in-a-lifetime performance. Willie Nelson's 90th birthday celebration.
Tonight at 8 on Alabama Public Television.
Change lives and achieve your professional goals with a rewarding career at the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the state's provider of social services in all 67 counties. Join our hardworking team that positively impacts the lives of children and families across Alabama. Speak to a recruiter by calling 334-242-1780 or emailing recruitment@dhr.alabama.gov.
We got a good one inside Legacy Arena, the first of 6 games, championship games today. Chris Blackshear, Barton Heights courtside, and Addison Hammond has really been the spark plug for this Wildcats offense here of recent times.
She's that third piece that knows her role, has been steady, and she went through the tough times a couple of years ago when this program was building after the loss of Tazi Harris and Olivia Vandergriff and Ivy Marsh and that whole group that won a state championship. And they had to rebuild. She was a 7th grade point guard playing 5A, 6A basketball. And now she's grown into it. And she has stepped up today and kept her team in it at times. It's been a star. Dominant one.
Bowie converted with 3-point play.
Numbers.
Offensive rebound. Bowie's off, running again.
Good transition defense, though. Great job by Moody. And yeah, see, Hammond can handle this pressure now. She can dish and draw. And
nice step back 3-point shot. Knocks it down in Alabama. DHR 3-pointer by Maya Fidel. That is her 3rd 3-pointer of the game.
I don't necessarily know if I like that shot. lucky to get the rebound if you're Moody. Now, you've got to score if you're Moody. Yeah, you got... You've got an opportunity, and just Addison Hammond, that whole play, I love the move at the end, but the whole thing was set up by Addison Hammond drawing the double team, and that's just a perfect example of it. Kids getting triple threat, show the ball like you're going to shoot it. Defender might bite.
Largest lead of the game now for Gunnersville at 4. Drive to the basket, missed by Sophie White. Offensive rebound.
Another opportunity.
White, three-point shot, left wing, misses. Rebound cleared out by Wellington.
Wellington's been a good piece in this run for Gunnersville. And look at Cook running the floor. That's the other thing that she does so well. She runs the floor, but her great hands. She's light on her feet, and she has great hands at 6'4". And I think that's the upside that we've talked about. And just her ceiling, I mean, is unlimited. Is a high level of basketball. She can look at this. Hammond sees her, but she's running the floor. She beats the Moody guards down the floor, partner, with those long strides. And how about that dime? To trust your big, to be able to catch and fit. Folks out there, you don't know how hard that is for a 6'4" ninth grader to catch that ball. Look at Moody just right now. To catch that ball, gather, one dribble, and finish. But right back at you. Miss Rutledge. Not sorry.
Serenity Rutledge with the basket after she was fouled earlier in that possession.
1-2-2.
Addison Hammond.
Yeah, and they need to get out of this 1-2-2 because Bristol cooking in there will just catch it and score and shoot. I don't like that look. But Gunnersville, I would have gone back to it too if I was Coach Davis because they never attacked it in the first time. But now, the pressure from Moody in the course of the game, you're not as active defensively as you were early. Gunnersville passing lanes are easy and open, and there's that woman.
Bristol Cook is making her presence known. Only 2 points, 2 fouls in the first half. She now has 8 points in the second half, and there's Trinity Rutledge forcing a turnover with just her aggressive defensive collapse.
Yeah, right here, I mean, you don't expect a 6'4" post to catch it and get downhill, but she does. And right here, just too deep. And Cook has started to figure out the timing a little bit. She's seen Rutledge come in there so much.
Gunnersville has heated up. They started off shooting only 17% from the field. They're now shooting 59%. Three-point shot up, missed by Moody, but rebound controlled by Sophie White. She gets in the lane. That's going to be a foul on Bowie on the floor.
It's 3. And that's
her third foul.
And that's the 10th opportunity that we've seen complete want to from number 11 on the offensive glass, White. She's gotten like all 3 of her rebounds are offensive, but key-pointed board for the team.
Addison Hammond, that's her second here in the last minute.
That's true. But even though there's 10 offensive rebounds partner for Moody, Gunnersville leads in second chance points. So what does that mean out there, folks? Yes, you're getting more opportunities, but they're not producing fruit. One reason, Bristol Cook. She's inside. We said that she needed to play at least 20 minutes. At the end of this quarter, Bristol Cook will be at her 20th minute. So you see Porch. And look at the young lady who definitely came to play. Rutledge already with 25, 10 of 14 from the field, 5 of 5 from the line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Balling.
She missed the second of 2 Cisco free throws. Bowie off running, kicks it. Hammond drives, puts the shot up, rolls around and off the rim. Gonna stay with Gunnersville.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Robinson here, I'm going to try to get a basket. You always try to score on the out of bounds. But if you don't get it, I'm going to run this clock to make sure that you go in up 5.
Sophie Porch for the basketball. Kicks it to Bowie.
That's a bad pass.
Hannah trying to force an inside, but she comes up with a loose ball.
Nice dish. Look at that
dish underneath the Wellington.
Bristol Cook does it. Vision.
Sophie White with the basketball. 15 seconds left, third quarter. Rutledge drives to the basket, puts it up in, off the glass again. Three-quarter short. Shot. Oh, off the back of the rim. But what a third quarter if you're a Guntersville Wildcat fan. We got 8 minutes left in the 5A Girls State Championship. For the first time, Guntersville leads 52-47 despite Serena Rutledge with 27 for the Blue Devils of Moody. Fourth quarter action when we come back.
Intelligent, insightful reporting.
Were you surprised that they were using Signal to talk about really sensitive stuff?
There have been screw-ups in Washington since time immemorial, but I can't think of one quite like this.
Join moderator Jeffrey Goldberg and the country's best journalists for incisive analysis of the most consequential stories.
There's been a lot of soul-searching on the Democrat side about what went wrong.
Once these tariffs go in, the question becomes how long they will stick to this policy and what will be the breaking point.
There's power in the simplest of actions, like one neighbor helping another, where everybody looks out for everybody else. Community is everything to the electric cooperatives of Alabama, and we're grateful for your trust to provide the energy you need, giving you the power to power on. Your Alabama Electric Cooperatives, empowering lives, empowering communities.
Across Alabama's 465 cities and towns, our local neighbors are hard at work building a brighter future for all of us. They might be first responders keeping us safe from danger, or business owners getting ready to open up shop. No matter their job or yours, the 5 million people that make up our sweet home all depend on local government, and local government depends on you. Get involved with the Live Locally Alabama campaign today.
Play hard, play to win. But when sports injuries occur, you can rely on Encore. Our professional team treats all types of sports-related injuries for athletes of all ages. Our licensed therapists work closely with the patient, your family, and physician to get you back into action quickly and safely. At Encore, we love to see you move.
Folks, I mentioned in our pregame show last Thursday that you could watch this Gunnersville team and possibly see a WNBA player potential. You'd have to figure out which one. Well, I think we're seeing it in all its glory today. Bristol Cook, a lot of tricks in her bag, and folks, she ain't even got no permit.
Somebody else that doesn't have their permit either is Serenity Rutledge, the 10th grader, just converted again, and she now has 29 for the Lady Blue Devils.
That's a foul, absolutely. And like that's where Rutledge, that's her third foul. She's going to be, golly, Rutledge is up to 29 points. I mean, what a day for the Bulldogs. But that's an important foul. We saw it in a couple of games yesterday. Whoever gets in the bonus first in this fourth quarter is going to win this game. Or shoots their free throws the best, I guess should be a better way to say it. Just look at that shot fake. Oh, my goodness gracious. You just don't. That makes scouts salivate. 6'4", catch it, face, little pump, hit low, one dribble.
Bristol Cook now with 10 in this second half, and there's a turnover. Gunnersville not only has heated up offensively, the defense has stepped up as well, too, here in the second half.
Yeah, we've talked so much about the offense, and that's, but Gunnersville's defense. You're exactly right, Chris. That's an excellent point. And the fact that Moody has had a much harder time scoring since that first quarter. They've only scored 35 points since it was 14-2. Got outscored 21-10 in that third quarter.
Trying to get the ball back into Cook again. She drives. Nice dish underneath. Good recovery in the back end, though, by Redditt to knock it out of bounds for Moody.
Maybe a little too unselfish right there. Probably could have finished. But just look at this. Perfect position. Shot fake. 2 dribble. Get low.
To have her lean.
Look at this.
She can put the ball on the floor and get to the basket. Misses. Offensive rebound. Put back up. Missed again. Have a foul underneath. But for her to be a 9th grader where you're still developing so much, to be 6'4", to have that much control of her body and the ability to handle the rock the way she does and get the rim is very impressive.
Yeah, it's extremely impressive, and it's almost like you can't allow her to get in these one-on-one situations, and it really doesn't matter who's guarding her, because if you watch her put it on the deck, she's in that low athletic position when she's playing, and her handle is actually pretty tight compared to a lot of the players we've seen in this tournament. Maya has played really well today, too, partner. We hadn't mentioned her a whole lot. 10 points, 1 rebound, hasn't missed a shot. She's contributing where she should, the supporting cast. There's the rebound.
She comes up with the rebound with that last made Cisco free throw. Bunnell now has 11 for Guntersville. She stepped on the line here, though, after that rebound. Moody controlling their own baseline.
And now if you're Moody, the bucket in the half court comes from where? That's a walk, and that's an anticipatory travel, all Bristol Cook. And look, Bristol Cook, look at her sprint down the floor. And they're going to have to come back and help, but you know, she's getting ready to get back down here on offense and get another touch. Oh, look at this physicality battle.
They are going at it. Bowie.
Oh, look at this.
Rutledge. Bowie showed her speed to get by, gets to the basket, loses.
2 hands. She didn't see
doing too much herself.
Yeah, she was gonna try to do a reach through and just keep it in her right hand. Excellent hustle. Watch this hustle. Game-winning play on the backside by Rutledge, continuing to chase. Excellent by Zero. Moody pedigree. You see Addison Hammond out, making sure that Rutledge doesn't get a touch, and yeah.
Bristol Cook with another block.
Timing is
that's the 6th block for Gunnersville.
Yeah, that's not a foul.
That's going to be a foul underneath. They're going to get Addison Hammond. That'll be her 3rd.
Okay, let's look at this. Let's actually look at the fouls, bro. Moody. You got it. Addison Hammond has 3. Moody has 3. Obviously, that's a concern. And Bristol Cook, how about her playing with those 2 fouls? She did the same thing in the semi and hasn't. And actually, that's only the 2nd foul. Actually, it was the 3rd. But Bristol Cook played with those 2 fouls in the semi the same way after the first half. And didn't get another one. Moody, 3 fouls on Davis. 2 fouls on Retta, 2 fouls on Hartman, 2 fouls on Rutledge. So you're kind of okay. You're Moody. Is there a big 4th foul picked up in this game?
Retta misses both Cisco free throws, but tracks down her 2nd miss. Moody retains possession. White drives the basket, miss underneath, rebound, out, put it up by Bowie, and kicks it out to Addison Hammond. So they pull it back now, reset the offense.
I like that right there, don't you, partner?
Yes.
You're up
Runs
7.
to the clock.
Yes, sir. Yeah, she may end up. She's got a little pocket cross that can. Look at the hands. Look at now. Retta, excuse me. Look at Retta. Look at Retta.
Gonna have a tie. Both individuals using their length and battling for the ball. There's got to be some ice baths after this championship game. They are definitely leaving it all on the court.
High-level competing going on here early in the morning. It took Gunnersville a little bit, young bucks, to wake up. You know how those young kids, they like to sleep in on Saturday mornings.
Scoring droughts approaching 3 minutes for Moody. They missed their last 4 offensive shots, and they missed a couple free throws. So a chance for Gunnersville to eat some of the clock up and try to extend this 7-point lead.
7 blocks now for Cook. She's got 12 points, 4 rebounds. There's another foul on Moody. That's the 3rd.
Going to be on her 3rd.
See what this out under. We got 4 across. Gonna look to ISO Cook. Hand back for Hammond.
Offensive set now, really trying to utilize some of the clock.
The length of Retta with her hands. And she is active, moving those feet and long arms. Now, Gunnersville's fundamental enough to dribble this thing for a while if they want to. Addison Hammond's not going to get that ball taken much.
Sophie White called with the reach in, be her first foul of the game.
This is playing into Gunnersville's hands, partner.
Holding the ball, forcing them to try to foul a little bit here. Eat some of the clock up, trying to get to the TV timeout of this fourth quarter.
And Hammond is going to be a key with her 11 points. I think she's going to shoot a lot of free throws here toward the end of this game, her and Bowie.
Hammond pulling it back out once again, resetting the offense.
I mean, she has
Bowie and Rutledge. Look at Bowie and Rutledge going this away.
Be careful.
Rutledge.
Double foul.
We're going to call it double foul. Rutledge doing a good, that is, because Rutledge doing a good job of trying to draw it as well, too. Double foul on both of them. The unfortunate thing, that's Bowie's fourth.
Yeah.
Rutledge is third.
Rutledge isn't going to quit, but Bowie's going to get it back. Bowie's lucky, though. There was one of those that might have been toward the face a little bit. And so Sean Greenhill going over and explaining to Coach Davis and Coach Robinson that we're going to play on.
That was a good call, though, to break them up there.
Excellent.
Got more in the hands. Perfect call by the officials.
Well, it was.
Get into Bristol Cook underneath. Going to be a tie-up, and that's Rutledge going after it again. Gunnersville keeps the basketball, though. Well, they had the possession error wrong on our stats and on the scoreboard went in here because they had the error going to Gunnersville.
Great pitch. Let's have a good one.
Kennedy Hockman for the Alabama DHR three-pointer. The lead is down to 4.
All right, if I'm Gunnersville, Bowie, Hammond, Thomas score.
Bowie drives, gets there right hand, forced that one up. We got the block underneath, and she's fortunate on that one because Bowie with 4 fouls. But we're going to step aside. 3:52. We've seen a little bit of everything. I think the best is still yet to come in this girls 5A championship. We got a good one. Gunnersville on top by 4. More action when we come back after this timeout.
ADEM's mission is to assure for all the citizens of Alabama a safe, helpful, and productive environment. It is a mission all ADEM employees are committed to accomplishing.
The APT Young Writers Contest is back, encouraging kids in kindergarten through 3rd grade to write and illustrate a book and win some great prizes. Visit aptv.org/Young Writers Contest today for all the details.
This is Gadsden State, a place where ambition meets opportunity. We prepare students to succeed in the classroom and their careers. Whether it's through academics, health sciences, or workforce development, our students learn what it takes to succeed at Gadsden State and beyond. Generation after generation, Gadsden State has opened doors, created opportunity, and shaped lives. And we're just getting started. This is Gadsden State, a college for the community.
Back inside Legacy Arena where the Moody Blue Devils trail Gunnersville 56-52. Moody looking for their first ever state championship in basketball for the ladies. Gunnersville looking to win their first one since 2022. Chris Black's here, Fort Heights courtside, and we got to get a shout out to Mayor Ron Anders from over on the loveliest village on the plains. He's watching. He said we actually sometimes know what we're talking about, Mark.
One up.
Yes, I would agree. That would be you.
That'd be you.
Well, we're back at the timeout. Kennedy Bowie, the 8th grade phenom, has 12 points. She's going to the free throw line to attempt 2 Cisco free throws.
Man, you can always, that's always a good little line out there for folks. When you're talking about 2 people, you always say, well, one of them. I kind of like the WNBA thing.
Yes,
I kind of use that a lot.
Do you?
I do. I kind of like the eye roll emoji. I use that one a lot too.
Second one, she misses both of them. Those are huge in games like this. You get the free throw line, but it's knocked out of bounds off Moody. Gunnersville keeps possession.
And that's why I said earlier, if I'm Coach Robinson, it's not that I actually right now trust the ball maybe more in Addison Hammond's hands than I do Bowie's hands.
They heard
because she's out here, and this is a tough cover. White's going to have a hard time. She doesn't have the length because Addison Hammond's a lot longer with her handle. Now, you can't get a 5-second call. You see Addie Hammond break the 5. Now, this is a different deal out here with Retta. She wants this smoke. I'd give it up now and go get it back.
Oh, behind the back move by Hammond with the basketball. Gets it inside, shot up. You're going to have to travel underneath on Wellington prior to the potential foul by Moody. Good defensive stand by Moody.
Yeah, excellent job by Addison Hammond there. And she actually had Cook on a little lob there. I know there were 2 people around there over her. She made the right decision. Timmy just shuffled the pucks.
Rutledge going to force that one quick. Missed it. She sent off a foul to hit on the elbow, but goes out of bounds. Gunnersville with the basketball. Rolling to 3 minutes left. Coach Rebecca Davis hoping her team can battle back.
This is a bad matchup here for Moody. I don't like that matchup at all.
And we do have a foul underneath. We're going to shoot a couple. We're going to get the call on Sophie White.
Now, I do not mind putting Bowie on the line again after the 2 misses. Let's see if she gets this thing figured out from the line because she's going to be there more toward the end of this game.
She converts the first Cisco free throw that time around. Again, every point right now is valuable. I guess you can say that at any point in the game, but still, 3 minutes left.
But now these free throws mean so much, and so many missed on this one with that back.
Sophie White
drop. Oh, tough love. That should have gone in. That was a good look. And she's playing hurt. White, man. She rolled that ankle earlier. It looks like she may have just tweaked it again. Number 11 out there battling young kids. You got to. And obviously that young lady, Miss Rutledge, she plays like she's grown.
Serena Rutledge with the basketball. A little quieter here in the second half. Gets there to win. Misses again. Who's there? That's going to be a foul. See who they get there. Hammond is knocked to the floor.
Yes, Davis. And this is exactly who I want at the line. Addison Hammond dreamed of this moment. She was an understudy of Liv Vandergrift. She was the next thing coming. Now she's at the line. Her older brothers were the backcourt for Gunnersville. And it's a family affair with the Hammonds.
I mean, hearing you say that, she's in her 4th year of college. No, she's a freshman.
And I'm telling you,
she knocks down the first Cisco free throw. She now has 12 points.
And you see the sign over from little young Poppy holding it up behind the bench. I love my sister. Go Cats. She'll be the next one in a few years.
The whole town's going to love her shortly if they can hold on to this final 2:44. The lead is at 7. Travel, goes for a turnover. Moody right now has nothing consistent on the offensive end. Kenny Bowie with the basketball, goes behind the back, gets the rim, puts it up, puts it in off the backboard.
They're starting to smell it. All the adversity early, down 14-2. Talent looks like it's possibly going to come through, but Moody ain't going to quit. And here's another key point of emphasis. I'm going to keep getting downhill. And look at that with Bowie. She is just. But who's more aggressive going downhill, Rutledge or Bowie?
Yeah, I would say, I would call it a draw. We still see Sophie White still really battling through the pain. Addison Hammond has picked up her 4th foul. So Hammond and Bowie on the floor with 4 fouls each. There's a drive to the basket by White, and we got the foul on the knee.
Yeah, and you know what? It's been times that she's gone in there with Bristol Creek. The way she's battling through that ankle turn. Love the toughness. She deserved this one.
Bristol Cook now picks up her 3rd foul.
Free throws definitely needed.
White, second of the Cisco free throw miss, but look who's there. Miss Rutledge with the rebound.
Another offensive rebound, and that's how they got the putback. Well, we got 2 minutes to go, partner, and this one, I would definitely say, has not been a disappointment.
So when you look down, Rutledge now with that made bucket has 31 for Moody. You talk about right now conditioning playing into this game as well too, Bart. When you look down the participants for Moody, Rutledge, Rada, Hockman, White have all played 30 minutes right now. So they played the entire basketball game. The bench, you look at it, McCullough gave them 1 minute. Gianni Davis kind of went back and forth. There it is. I love my sister. Go Cats. Addison Hammond's little sister. Is she next? I mean,
hey, I'll tell you what. I dare somebody to go up there to Supreme Courts and try to guard her right now. The love for basketball brought by the Supreme Court's gym and the local community. You're seeing fruit. We saw it with Vandergrift. We saw it a few years ago. And now it's the next wave of Cats' turn. Just don't turn it over here for Gunnersville. Get it across half court and get it into Addison Hammond's hands. Now you feel safe.
Get the basketball. Bowie gets in underneath. Misses a one underneath, goes off her hands. Moody will have the basketball.
If something were to happen and this game ended up tightening up, that play will be the one. I like the play. I like the play by Hammond and Bowie because you still got to take what you can get. But running 30 seconds off is so much more important right now than scoring. And there's Cook again with another block.
Rutledge with a miss. Did not get a rebound. Rutledge gets her own rebound. Puts it back in. Now has 33. The lead is 5. With a minute and a half left. Hammond pulls it back out and resets the offense.
Young kids out there. Please understand time is sport. And this is exactly what my late father used to say. He's on the television and tell me that, son, just got to finish the game. You're up 5. As long as you keep scoring with free throws, you will not lose this game. There's not enough time.
First of 2 Cisco free throws up and in.
Look at that.
Hammond.
Look at that. Those sweet faces. You know, think about the hearts of children and what they get to feel and see, and of course they want to be a part of it. She misses one there, but
6-point game, so still a 2-possession game
huge miss.
With 1:25 left. Rutledge gets to the basket, puts it up, misses, gets her own rebound.
Yeah,
they're going to have a foul underneath on Bristol Cook. That'll be her 4th foul.
And that's the 2nd possession in a row as Cook may have taken a shot to the face. But that's the 2nd possession in a row and on the miss. Cook is contested or blocked the shot, and Rutledge is quicker to get to it. So Rutledge is understanding that if she gets the shot blocker away, she can still go get it. Huge free throws here by the Moody Star.
First Cisco free throw up, knocks it down. 34 points in the game now.
What an even match. Moody has a slight edge on the rebound total, but and the fast break. But other than that, this has been a pretty even heavyweight bout. She got pushed.
Another push by Serenity Rutledge. That'll be her 4th foul.
And look at the focus in Kennedy Bowie's eyes walking down to this free throw line.
If Guntersville holds on, this may be the toughest MVP decision in this game. When you look at it,
I agree.
Vanell with 11, Hammond with 14, Bowie with 15, Cook with 12.
Well, I do think if Guntersville wins, someone gets it. But
huge Cisco free throw.
You also have to put Rutledge in that conversation now. 35 in a final, and what she did in the semi.
Knocks down the second one.
You don't typically see it much.
And you and I talked about this a couple of years
today, but I feel like that she at least deserves a mention in that conversation talking about Rutledge.
I would agree with that. As we have an Alabama Natural Gas timeout, I mean, all tournament team, absolutely. As we're 1:21 remaining here, as we reset things for you, Chris Blackshear and Bart Heitz. Courtside here, Legacy Arena, the first of 6 championship games today here from Legacy Arena. If the other 5 follow the action we've had in this first one, it's going to be one heck of a day here in Birmingham.
I think we're going to see that. I said it when we looked at them Thursday, and when I saw these championship games line up, other than the 3A, I feel like all these games are going to be super competitive. You know, and sometimes, like last night, you see games get out of hand at the end. Like, that's what happened to us my state championship game senior year. We were down 8 with like 3 minutes to go and lost by 20. You know, it happens when you get tired and teams just get that momentum and the game's closed out. But, all right, what are we running here if we're going to have you? It's like you're in a 1-2-2 zone. And I think you got to call that foul, yeah. It's a little bit too much.
We're going to Sophie Porch.
A little bit too much touching going on there by her Porch.
So when you're only down by 8 and lost by 20,
pull the ball out. They pull the ball out.
Yep, that means, though, your opponent was very effective from the free throw line.
They made R.C. Hatch, Dexter King, rest his soul, Detrick Rencher, who had 43 in that final against us, and had 4 fouls in the first half. Ooh. And he baited me into trying to score on him, and I missed about 5 shots in a row, and it was genius on their part. But free throws and spreading the ball, Gunnersville does not have to go score. That's what Bowie's got to understand. That's what Hammond's got to understand. All you got to do is knock down your free throws.
And that's what Miss Rutledge did on the first one. Here's her second attempt from the Cisco free throw. Up, knocks it down. She only has 37. Bowie with the basketball.
A lot of points in the champ game.
See what they pulled out here. Bowie trying to get there.
There's no need.
No need to rush like that with the pressure.
Look at
what a play from Addison Hammond. And they're going to call a foul. She's out of the game. That's her 5th foul on Addison Hammond.
Oh, my goodness. And your secure ball handler. Now.
That all goes back to the youth showing up. Needing to understand you don't have to pressure when you're up by 4 with the basketball and shooting the bonus.
And did you see the reaction after the foul? And you feel the energy on the Moody side now. Addison Hammond, that key ball handling piece. But the reaction by Rutledge with the Tiger Woods-like fist bump, she's like, she didn't only know she got fouled, she knew that was Hammond's fifth. So now, it all comes down to how Bowie can handle the ball down the stretch, because it'll be in her hands. I think you'll see Cook handle it some too, though.
Rutledge at the free throw line, the first Cisco free throw up and good. And they're clawing their way back in the game right now from the free throw line, not using any of the clock. I think after this made bucket here. If she makes this, when Coach Robinson wants a timeout for Gunnersville, because we'll be down to a 2-point game, she makes this.
I don't know if he does, but I know he probably needs one, because now with Addison out, you're discombobulated on what you usually run, press break wide.
Take a shot up,
and you got to run the inline here. All right, an easy throw in. Actually, we did get the timeout.
So Coach Robinson wants a timeout here, because with 1:02 left, one of your stars just fouled out. Moody converting from the free throw line, and is back to a 2-point game. It's the Alabama Natural Gas timeout. Bart Heitz, what's Coach Robinson telling his squad right now?
For the reset, Ball gets tied up out in Gunnersville. You've only got one timeout left. I'm talking about that, making sure we don't utilize our last timeout because it's going to be our possession. Both teams are in the bonus here. If I'm Gunnersville, Coach Robinson, he absolutely has the opportunity that most coaches feel like it's a luxury. And with that luxury, what I mean is it's Bristol Cook. Bristol Cook is long. There's no one that can steal the ball from her if you just throw the ball up to her on a wing. Get her on this left side, or the bench side, if you will, looking at the camera. Get her on that side. Just throw the ball up to her. Let her catch it. She can see over the offense, get a couple of cutters, try to break the pressure. But the reason it's a luxury, she's an 80% free throw shooter. I think somehow you got to get Cook involved in this action, as we've seen Bowie 5 of 11 from the line. The best free throw shooter on the floor is number 33, and you see the 4 across lineup. I think they're going to run the inline and post up Cook here and get her to the line.
Hey, I will say one thing, Bart. I'm glad you're able to control your arms like you do that. I thought I was going to get poked in the eye by that Sharpie. But here we go. Back 103 left. They put a second back on the clock. 103 left. Gunnersville with the basketball. They can run the baseline because of a made free throw. They have the ball. 2-point lead. Both teams have one timeout remaining.
Yeah, I did kind of talk with my hands. Hey, there's Belgreen talking with his hands.
Bowie with the basketball as we roll under a minute. Sophie White on a bad ankle, covering her right now.
That's the 5-second rule.
No need to try to score right now. You've got the lead and the ball.
Yeah, and I give it up and give it back at times right now. Yep, give it up. Now go get it back. Excellent by Gunnersville. We'll see the foul come here soon. Be careful for the carry here. Good, young Buck. That's good, young Buck.
If you get in trouble, you do have a timeout remaining.
Yeah, they want to foul her. Fennell. Actually, Fennell is a really good free throw shooter. So that's not bad for Gunnersville. And you look at Bristol Cook. Great job right there by Coach Robinson.
Maya Fennell has been perfect from everywhere. She has 11 points, 3 for 3 from the field, 3 for 3, 3-pointers, and she's 2 for 2 from the line.
And I love this move by Coach Robinson. You get Cook and Bowie back. With no foul trouble. Yeah, she
knocks the first Cisco free throw down. Now it's a 3-point game. Critical. You make this one, it's a 2-possession game.
Let's see.
Second shot up, knocks it down.
Not afraid of the moment. Number 3 quietly now. 13 points, 3 of 3 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3, and 3 of 3 from the line. Look at the hands by Cook. What a play by Bristol Cook. Oh, my goodness. Bristol Cook with the hands.
Came outside the lane. Wasn't scared to play defense there.
Wow.
16.9 seconds left. Let's take another look at it.
Chris, I'll let you talk about it and tell me what you think. Look at these hands.
What I think was a good no call to start with. She comes out. She sees that her teammate is beat, and she was not going to give up the easy basket. She came out. She was the aggressor. She attacked. Came in, resulted in turnover. Bowie knocks down another free throw. Cisco free throw. 3 consecutive free throws by Gunnersville. Second rolls off. Rutledge with the basketball. Pulls up deep 3. Misses it. Gunnersville has the rebound.
They've done it.
They are going to take the Blue Mount. Bowie, the 8th grader, has fouled. It is a 5-point Gunnersville lead. They're going to the free throw line to shoot a couple of Cisco free throws. And this should close it out. Good basketball game.
If you're just tuning in, after the whole day, go back and watch this one.
How many more games are you doing?
I've got the next one and then the last 2. So
you're going to need an IV to get through this day.
I think, but I usually do, man. I wouldn't have it any other way. But
Bowie knocked the first one down. Cisco free throw up. Misses this one.
And folks, the ladies of the lake are supreme.
Gunnersville wins the state championship after falling behind 14-2 they battle back and win the 5A title 68-62 over Moody. And Coach Robinson has another blue mount going to be floating on the lake. Let's step aside. When we come back, all your pregame festivities, postgame festivities, we give out that blue mount to the Wildcats of Gunnersville.
It's time to get the kids signed up for sports.
I'm not really sure I want the kids playing sports this year.
Why is that? They love it, it's great exercise, and they learn about teamwork.
Well, sure, but what if they get hurt?
Youth sports are safer than ever, thanks to the Coach Safely Act. All coaches are required to take a course that emphasizes best and safest practices.
I'd like to see that course.
Go to CoachSafely.org. It's available for coaches and parents alike.
CoachSafely.org? I've got to check that out.
CoachSafely.org, so they will play.
Every brand has a beginning. 10 years ago, we saw a gap. Schools needed more than just jerseys and apparel. They needed a partner. From production to delivery, from one school to hundreds, we've built something that lasts.
Future One's team sells. We supply everything but guts.
Back inside Legacy Arena, we had a good one. Guntersville knocks off Moody 68-62, and just in a heck of a basketball game here to start the final day of Championship Saturday for the AHSAA. 5 more games follow this one. The arena is starting to fill up now. The upper bowl is opened inside Legacy Arena now. This now gets you cross-court. Our public address announcer will announce the all-tournament team for the 5A girls. We will give out the MVP trophy for the 5A championship game. And more importantly, Guntersville will have an opportunity to get that blue map and take it back on the lake. The school's second state championship. They won it in 2022.
Well, partner, it was a hard-fought game. Both teams thought Rutledge was excellent. Actually, looking at this sheet, there was questions because she got some MVP votes for sure. But I think in the end, especially how it was closed out, Kennedy Bowie was elite toward the end, a little loose with the ball. But Bristol Cook, a complete difference maker.
Please direct your attention to center court for the 5A State Championship Awards presentation. Today's championship awards will be presented by members of the AHSAA staff. Also assisting is Central Board Member Trent Traywin from District 2. Central Board Member Holly Sutherland from District 8. And Michael Bates from Coca-Cola. The AHSAA would like to congratulate both head coaches, their teams, and staff on an amazing 2026 season. To commemorate this incredible year, each head coach will receive an official Wilson Championship basketball. Presenting this year's championship basketballs is the director of the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association, Mr. J.T. Lawrence. First, from Moody High School, head coach Rebecca Davis. Now, from Guntersville High School, head coach Kelly Robinson. Fans, join us in congratulating both coaches for an incredible season. Now, to present the Coca-Cola All-Tournament Team and Most Valuable Player Awards, our assistant directors of the AHSAA, Mrs. Tara Osborne and Mrs. Tanya Peoples. Also assisting is Michael Bates from Coca-Cola. Athletes, as your name is called, please report to center court to receive your award. From Briarwood, Emma Curley. From Guntersville, Kennedy Bowie. From Moody, Serenity Rutledge. From Guntersville, Bristol Cook. From Moody, Aaliyah Reda. From Guntersville, Addison Hammond. And now, the 2026 Most Valuable Player for Class 5A Girls State Championship game is Kennedy Bowie of Guntersville. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the 2026 Class 5A All-Tournament Team and MVP. At this time, we ask that you please welcome Central Board Member Trent Treatway from District 2, along with the Associate Executive Director of the AHSAA, Dr. Brian McRae, for the presentation of the 2026 Class 5A State Championship Runner-Up Trophy. Your 2026 runner-up, the Moody Blue Devils, led by head coach Rebecca Davis. And now, fans, the moment we've all been waiting for. Please give a warm welcome to the Executive Director of the AHSAA, Mr. Heath Harmon, along with Central Board Member Holly Sutherland from District 8, for the presentation of our 2026 Class 5A State Championship Trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 Class 5A State Champions, the Guntersville Wildcats, led by head coach Kelly Robinson.
The Wildcats of Gunnersville with the blue map heading back to the lake. After falling behind 14-2, they end the game shooting 57%. 50% beyond the arc for three-pointers. 4 players in double digits, led by the 5A girls MVP, Kennedy Bowie, who had 19 points on 6 of 10 shooting in this game. She had 6 rebounds, a couple assists. She played the entire 32 minutes, Bart. What a gritty, tough performance for Guntersville.
Yeah, I thought that just the youth showing early, and then the ability of Coach Robinson to get his team settled down and allow them to play in the want to and game takeover when it was needed by Addison Hammond. Even though it wasn't the whole game, she kept the ship steady while the other 2 stars, everything wasn't going perfectly. And my heart breaks for Moody, and just that championship pedigree.
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah, Serenity Rose,
almost
39 points. Yeah.
I mean, you can't 39 point performance. That's
her line.
Folks, those are hard to come